joined by the Hall of Famer Willie Lanier, who joins us today outside the lines. Willie, welcome.
Very happy to be here, Bob.
Can you take us back to that early game, rookie season against the Chargers in '67? What happened?
Well, what happened is that I became a starter of the fourth game my rookie year. We're playing the San Diego Chargers in San Diego, and with a tackle that many fellows who played football, not only at the pro level, but you make a tackle, the running back's knee comes up, and it strikes me in the forehead. So at that time, I don't have any cognitive dissonance is what I'll call it, a gap of a moment where you aren't really sure where you are. I had nothing that caused me to think that tackle created any problem. I played the rest of that game completely. We fly back to Kansas City. We practice all week. The next week in Kansas City, I'm standing in the huddle, not after having tried to make a tackle, but standing to call the next play, and I collapse. And I'm unconscious for 2 hours.
Let me go back, though. Only at the end of your career, flying back, as you told recently Jared Bell on USA Today from your last game, did the team physician tell you how seriously you were in danger after you fell into that unconscious state? What was that conversation like?
Well, what happens, obviously, as a team physician, you get to know him very well. I'm trying to pay attention as much as I can to everything about the risk of a blow to the head. Even if you talk about concussive or subconcussive events, I would make sure I took that even out of practice because I knew a low blow could create a major incident. So the team physician, Dr. Miller, comes up to me on the plane and said he had something to tell me since this was the second time I was retiring, and that had he told me 10 years previous, it might have affected my career. And I'm wondering what might that be that he was going to say. And what he said was that on the way to the hospital that first year, he lost my pulse 3 times.
Lost your pulse 3 times. In other words, you nearly died 3 times. What does that say to the inherent violence of the game?
What it says in this way, Bob, is this. That was in year 1. I played 10 more years, and I have nothing wrong with me today. What it did was to cause me to understand how to play the game more safely. And I didn't just play it myself more safely. I would talk to other players, competitors or teammates, about how to play the game safe, even in the midst of games, because there were certain things I knew that with striking ability, great leverage, understanding the physics, that I could harm someone easily if I had chosen. I'm 73, and I don't have any effects from having played our sport.
We are certainly glad to have you visit today. Glad to see you in such good shape. And you are a staunch advocate of the new rule in the National Football League. Willie Lanier, continued good health to you, sir.